Roger Furman had a few sort of famous sayings. One of the ones he's best known for is, "Don't bring me no bad vibes, only love."
Don't bring no bad vibes, only love.
Don't bring no bad vibes, only love. When I hear the name New Heritage Theatre Group, I have to go back to the roots of why and what and when. So New Heritage Theatre Group morphed from New Heritage Repertory Theatre, a theater founded by Roger Furman in 1964. During that time, I had no idea that I would be in the theater more than 60 days.
Well, there's not much in the name to me. It's what's behind the name. And so when I think of New Heritage, I think of Roger Furman. I think of Vivian Robinson. I think of Voza Rivers. I think of Jamal Joseph. I think of Phyllis Stickney, and I think of Andre Robinson. And when I think of those persons, I think of creativeness, I think of beauty, I think of love.
New Heritage Theatre has indeed been here. It is a foothold. It has lasted for 50 years, and I am extremely grateful that they are in the community. I'm extremely grateful that New Heritage Theatre Group exists, because without them, I don't know how much theater would be happening in Harlem.
I think the philosophy that New Heritage instilled in me, I would say, because I had such a short period of time with Roger, he spoke often about a kind of excellence that he did not see, but he was certainly determined for us to sort of get there.
Roger was a hard taskmaster. He made the actors cry. He knew how to push those buttons and get the best out of them. There's one particular actress named Phyllis Stickney, and she was a fine actress, but she had not reached her peak, and Roger knew how to get her there.
Say, oh Lord, here come this crazy Jamaican woman. She get on my nerves. So now he was just telling me, Phyllis, I want you to arrive at the bar like crazy woman. But come never hear something like that, me just look up on him face and I say, man, what go on? You just tell me to come here, so I don't know nothing about what to go on there. Who is the people you sit there and talk to? You know, and after we had thoroughly shaken the people there at the bar, he would laugh and say, ain't she something else? This my girl, this Phyllis, this my baby, this my killer, this my killer.
When Roger died, I wanted to validate the theater under my direction and the new team. I went to a woman by the name of Chanel Perry, one of the well-known female directors of color, to come to work with Andre and I and Phyllis in producing Strivers Row. So Roger dies in 1983, Phyllis, Andre, and I, we take over, and we're gonna try and figure out how to make this theater work.
So then the caliber of production became our distinction in the marketplace, because people weren't expecting us to be able to deliver at that level up there with so few resources. So by the time Woza Albert arrived, it was just this moment where everything kind of came together.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
A person from South Africa, a young man, Duma Ngluvo, took Phyllis and myself and Andre down to the Lucille Hotel Theater to see this play called Woza Albert. And our lives were changed. We had never seen theater like we saw down there.
That became kind of a historical moment of itself, because there was no news really coming out of South Africa at that time. And the response from the audience was so powerful that it almost felt like we just had a sort of tiger by the tail. All of a sudden we were being reviewed by people downtown. People were starting to pay attention to what we were doing.
Cinemali, Woza Albert, Sarafina, Township Fever, Sheila's Day, all of those were shows that were done within our theater and then went to other theaters, and then of course around the country. A wonderful relationship that lasted for about 15 years.
In 1997, I came to Voza Rivers with an idea, and the idea was to form a youth theater program in Harlem, because there was a great need. This was a time when Harlem was suffering under the weight and the devastation of the crack epidemic, and we were literally seeing kids get gunned down in the community. So I came to Voza and I asked would New Heritage Theater be the fiscal conduit. And for the first time and only time, Voza Rivers told me no. And after taking a dramatic pause, he said, we won't be a fiscal conduit. This needs to be a New Heritage program.
Jamal laid out a plan that said, you know what, Voza, the first thing we're going to do is create a new paradigm for the theater, and then we changed the name to New Heritage Theater Group. Second was we had a youth division which became Impact Repertory Theatre. We had a film division which became New Heritage Films, and we had Furman Theater Rep, so Roger Furman's name will continuously live in everything we do. And today we're here celebrating the 17th anniversary of Impact, the 17th anniversary of New Heritage Films, and the 7th anniversary of Furman Theater Rep, and the 50th anniversary of New Heritage. What a glorious time.
What people really need to do when they think about New Heritage is understand the appendages of New Heritage. Look at Impact, that's New Heritage, and that's the future.
It was very important for New Heritage to have a youth division theater, Impact, because it gives the young people a chance to express themselves in musical theater. So all of the material that you see Impact do is original material written and inspired by the young people.
New Heritage for me in Impact has been like an incubator, just a way to grow ideas and to have a wealth of knowledge and resources to get you to what it is that you need, whether it be songs or mentorship or a network of artists.
New Heritage Theater to me is the parent organization of Impact. It teaches me that you really can truly be an artivist. It said, you can do this and we'll have your back, and allowed us to change the world using our form of creativity.
The history of the theater is quite remarkable because over the last 50 years, we've done over 1,000 presentations in film, theater, musical events, workshops, and readings. And we've employed over 2,000 artists over the last 50 years. And that is really a remarkable track record.
I think the next 50 years for New Heritage will be built on a platform that it's always been well established for it.
I am being groomed to help take over and run New Heritage Theater along with the other young, well, I can't say young people, the other people of my stature in Impact Repertory Theatre. I think of pioneers like Chanel Perry, Ruby Dee, Ozzie Davis. I think of the path that they have laid before us for us to continue to journey on.
It's a wonderful legacy, and to be a part of it, you want to enrich what is already there, but like the name, to hold on to our heritage, but to always be moving forward in the new.
I don't know if New Heritage is ready for it, because I mean, the fire, the drive that we have, we're itching to take over. So the moment they give us the little bit of freedom that we get, or the little bit of growth that they allow for us to do now, can you imagine it in 5-10 years when we're actually running the company full? Oh my goodness, it's just phenomenal the way I see the company growing, and no one's ready for it. No one.
You still got the magic, a beautiful magic. You still got the magic.